Hello everyone, this is Mamta Ajay, and in 4th semester mathematics I'll be handling for you. The paper name is Numerical and Statistical Method. See, as compared to first semester, the topic is quite different. It doesn't mean it is very difficult. It is very easy, of course, only when if you put your effort and practice very well. Hope you understand. Now, let me start with the paper, Unit 1. Unit 1 you have is floating point representation and errors. So before getting to the topic, I just want to tell you that everyone should purchase scientific calculator. Whatever may be the effects, it looks like something like this. I have a calculator with FX 991 ms. Most of you are familiar in operating this calculator. So here you have an on button, and before simplification you can see a button mode here. You have to press once, again you have to press. Here you will get an option like SD1, REG2, base 3. Again you click, you will get equation math VCT. Now when you click 4 times you will get an option something like this. See here. You will get degree 1, radian 2, GRA 3. Fine. Now, we are basically using degree and radian in your syllabus. So, I'll tell you whenever you need to set all these things. But right now, since we don't have any trigonometric at the beginning, so first you click on button 1. Next to on button you have mode. So, press 1, 2, 3, 4 times. So you have to press 4 times mode button. Then you will be having an option like this, degree 1, rad 2, GRA 3. Now you have to click 1. Fine, that's all setting. Right now you have to set for, when you click that you will get D here. Here. See? Can you able to see now? Hope so. Yes, see here, when you are going to set for degree you will get D here. For all the calculation you have to set for D. Rest of the trigonometric function you will get radian. Then I will tell you when you have to change. So right now you are going to set for degree. Fine, keep a calculator aside. Now let me start with the session. Now first basics is that, suppose if you have an equation, say quadratic equation x square minus 2x plus 5 is equal to 0. So anyhow it is a quadratic equation. You are familiar in finding the roots of this equation. So either you will use Sridhar's formula, that is x is equal to minus b plus or minus square root of b square minus 4ac divided by 2a, or else you can use factorization method. We are finding the factors for this, so factorization method you can use. Right, among these two methods you can use any one of the method to find the root of quadratic equation. Suppose quadratic in the sense here you have degree 2. Fine. Now suppose I am going to increase the degree, like x cube minus 4x minus 9 is equal to 0. Now highest power of the equation is 3. So this is an equation with degree 3. So we can say it is cubic equation. Fine. So anyhow we can solve this cubic equation by synthetic division. Okay, fine. Suppose if you have one more power highest, like x power 4 plus 3x minus 4, like 4x plus 3 is equal to 0. This is an equation which degree 4. So you don't know the method to solve. So there is a question how you can solve this kind of equation if the power of the variable goes on increasing. Right, here you have 3 methods to find roots of such equations. So there are mainly 3 methods in your syllabus to find roots of polynomial. We say that as polynomial of highest degree, of higher degree. Fine. In the sense, if you have an equation or polynomial of higher degrees, that is greater than 3 or greater than 2, we can use 3 methods. First method is bisection method. Bisection method. one more name for this is, we can say, interval offing method. Interval offing method. In the sense we are going to off, HALF off in the sense dividing it into two. So we can say interval offing method or bisection method. Second one is Newton's method, or else one more name is Newton-Raphson method. Newton-Raphson method, or else I can say tangent method. Tangent method. First method is bisection method or interval offing method. Second one is Newton's method or Newton-Raphson method. We can say tangent method also. Third one is secant method. Secant method. So these are main three methods to find the roots of a particular equation. Fine. Now one of the technical term I have to tell you, that iterative. Since you are familiar with computer science, so you have come across the term iterative. Iterative meaning is that something like looping. Iterative in the sense which is repeating. Iterative is none other than repeating. So all these three methods are repeating process, or I can say iterative method process. Fine. So in order to find the roots of any polynomial of higher order degree greater than 3, we may use bisection method or interval offing method, Newton method or Newton-Raphson method. We can say tangent method also. And the third one is secant method. Now in this session, let me tell you bisection method, or I can say interval offing method. I'll explain one simple example so that you can understand the entire procedure. Now here is a question. Find the root of the equation x cube minus 4x minus 9 is equal to 0 using bisection method. So one more name for bisection is interval offing method. Using bisection method up to 4 stages or 4 iterations. Iterations in the sense steps. You have to do for 4 iterations. Now first step is, let us assume the given polynomial as f of x cube minus 4x minus 9. First step, you have to write given polynomial as f of x by eliminating 0. That is x cube minus 4x minus 9, which is equal to f of x. Now as per the method, you have to choose right from the minimum value for the variable x. In the sense, keep on giving the values for x right from the minimum value in such a way that first value should be positive and the second value should be negative. In the sense, first minimum value, let me give x is equal to 0. So if x is equal to 0, f of 0 will become, wherever x is there, I am replacing it with 0. So you will get 0 cube minus 4 into 0 minus 9. So after simplification, you will get minus 9. Minus 9 is negative. So generally we are writing it as less than 0. Right? So if you are going to get positive value, I'll write it as greater than 0. So whenever I am going to give the value of x as 0, I have obtained a negative value. Now check for the next value to get positive value for f of x. Now let me give the value of x as 1. So if you are going to give x as 1, the meaning is replace x with 1. So you will get 1 cube minus 4 into, in place of x I am going to put 1 minus 9. So after simplification, you will get 1 cube is 1 minus 4 minus 9. So 1 minus 4 minus 9 is minus 13 is minus 12. Again you are going to get negative value here. Fine, it is less than 0. But what we are interested in to find the positive value. So let me go for another value. Fine, x is equal to 2. So if you are going to give x is equal to 2, f of 2 will be replace x with 2. So you will get 2 cube minus 4 into 2 minus 9. So after simplification, 2 cube is 8 minus 4 2s are 8 minus 9 plus 8 minus 8 cancels. You will get minus 9. Again it is negative, so less than 0. But we need positive value. Next go for the next value. Let me give x as 3. So you will get f of 3 is equal to 3 cube minus 4 into 3 minus 9. Fine. 3 cube is 27 minus 4 3s are 12 minus 9. So after simplification you will get 27 minus 21 is equal to 6. Since you have 6, moreover positive sign for that. So I can write it as greater than 0. So I can stop here itself. First value is negative. So you have to check for the rest of the values for which you are going to get positive sign. Suppose if the first value is positive, next you have to check for the values to which we are going to get negative. Now I have negative sign here, I have positive sign here. So I am going to stop here itself. Now I can see that, let me write one statement here. We can check the roots lies between 2 and 3. Why? Because here the positive value is 6, right? When you're going to give x as 3, keep in mind, when you're going to give x as 3, then you will get positive value, right? Next, for the next previous step, in the sense just preceding step, look for the just preceding step to the positive value for which you have negative value. In the sense, I have positive value for x is equal to 3. Next preceding step, we have to check for the negative value. Do we have negative sign? Yes, we have. So for which value we are going to get negative? So x is equal to 2. Here x is equal to, when you're going to give x is equal to 3, you will get 6. When you're going to give x is equal to 2, you will get minus 9. That is negative value. So one positive value and one negative value we have to take. Just the preceding step we are going to see. So I can write, hence roots lies between 2 and 3. In the sense x is equal to 2 and 3. You have to take these values but not these values. Remember, for positive and negative value for which we have given x values, that will be our interval. I will say this as interval. So the roots lies between 2 and 3. As per the bisection method, I have to take a first value as a and the second value as 3. Now we have a formula to find the value of xn as per bisection method, given by xn is equal to a plus b by 2. Fine. Now let me find the value of xn. Substitute the value of a and b. You are going to get 5 by 2. Simplification, you will get 2.5. Clear? Now you have to take this value as x1. After simplification, whatever the value you are going to take, that you have to take as x1. Fine. Now calculate the value of f of x1. F of x1 meaning is f of 2.5. In the sense, wherever f of x is there, in place of x, replace with 2.5. So let me replace 2.5 whole cube minus 4 into, in place of x I am replacing 2.5 minus 9. Now I'll simplify by using calculator. 2.5 whole cube, 2.5. For cube you have to use cap 3. Don't waste your time, especially numerical.Use the calculator. Cap 3 will give you power. 2.5 whole cube is 15.625 minus 4 into 2.5. You have 4 into 2.5 is 10 minus 9. So look at here. Either you can simplify like this. Now how you are going to simplify? You are going to keep 15.625 minus 10 minus 9 is minus 19. So after simplification, what you are going to get is, see here, 15.625 minus 19 is minus 3.375. So this is what the value we have. Or else, look at the calculator, we can simplify this expression in single line. Put a bracket here. Since you are CS students, it is easy for you. 2.5 whole cube I have. So I can use cap 3 whole cube. Fine, close the bracket. Next minus I have, so press minus here. Next 4 I have, 4 into, whenever you have into, you have to use bracket, into 2.5. Next what you have? Minus 9. Minus 9. So in single expression you will get the answer. Fine. It is easy for you when you use calculator. So I have obtained f of x1 or f of 2.5 value is minus 3.375. It is negative. In the sense I can say less than 0. Fine. So when we have x value is 2.5, we get this value is negative. Am I correct? Now look for the next step, preceding step. Look for next preceding step in which we have f of x value positive. Here we are interested to find 4 iteration value. In the sense I have to find x4 value. Am I correct? So here f of x1 value is minus 3.375. It is less than 0, meaning is it is negative. When it is negative, when the value of x1 is 2.5, right? So you have to take at present this value. Next look for the next value, previous value for which you have positive. So when you have x is equal to 3, then only you will get positive. So I have to take this value and this value for the next step. So the value, the roots lies between 2.5, this value, negative value 2.5, and the previous positive value is when x is equal to 3. So 2.5 and 3. Take this value as a and this value as b. A is equal to 2.5, b is equal to 3. Now do the same procedure. Since I have already done x1, now let me calculate x2 value. x2 is equal to a plus b by 2. It is 2.5 plus b is 3 divided by 2. Gives us 2.75. Right? The value of x2 is 2.75. Now, is this a positive value? Yes, it is. So, x2 is 2.75, but we are not interested in x2. We are calculating f of x2. F of x2 is f of 2.75. Right? Now, wherever x is there, replace that with 2.75 in a given expression. So, you will get 2.75 whole cube minus 4 into 2.75 minus 9. Fine. Now I'll use calculator. Fine. See here I have f of 2.75 value I have to calculate. So 2.75, I'll simplify in one step. See here, I'll put a bracket, 2.75 whole cube, so cap 3, close the bracket, minus I have, see here, minus I have, so minus 4 into 2.75 minus 9. So single line itself you are going to get 0.796. Clearly this is f of x2 value 2.75 is. So this is greater than 0. I am putting box for that. That is why don't get confusion. We are not interested in x2 value. We are interested in f of x2 value. Now f of x2 is positive. Look for the next previous value, preceding value for which we have negative sign for f of x. See here. Here you have a negative sign for f of x. It is f of x1. So I am going to consider next 2.5 and 2.75. So you can state now. Therefore, the roots lies between 2.5, this step 2.5 and 2.75. Now you have to take this as a value 2.5 and this as 2.75 as b value. Let me see how we're going to solve. Now I'm continuing the same. So I have taken the value of a as 2.5 and b as 2.75. Clear? Now I have to do the same procedure, that is xn is equal to a plus b by 2 formula. I am applying the formula. I have written here, see here, xn is equal to a plus b by 2. I have already done x1, I have already done x2. Now I am interested to solve x3. So I can take x3 as 2.5 plus 2.75 divided by 2. Let me calculate. 2.5 plus 2.75 divided by 2. It will give 2.625. 2.625. Now we are interested to find f of x3 value. So wherever x is there in a given expression, f of x, look at the expression here. F of x is equal to x cube minus 4x minus 9. So replace, we are just replacing the value. See here, f of x3. x3 is 2.65. So I am replacing now 2.625 whole cube minus 4 into 2.625 minus 9. Now I am simplifying this in one step. See here. Since I have cube, so let me put bracket for the expression. Bracket 2.625 cube I have, so whole cap cube, close the bracket, minus 4 into 2.625 minus 9. So in one line I have a solution minus 1.412. It is negative, so I can say less than 0. F of x3 is minus value, it is less than 0. Let me put a box for that. So I have obtained f of x3 value. Now I have to look for the next preceding step where we have a positive sign. See here, f of x2 value is positive. This is what we have done now. F of x3 is negative value. Now look for the previous step, very previous step, where we have positive value. F of x2 is positive, right? So we can clearly write the statement as, therefore the roots lies between positive value when we have x2. x2 is 2.75. 2.75. So here you have negative. For x3 is 2.625. So now the root lies between these two values. Take this as A and this as B. Fine. Now continue the same. Then x, I have already done x3, so let me take x4 as A plus B by 2. It is 2.75 plus 2.625 divided by 2. Let me do that. 2.75 plus 2.625 divided by 2. What you're going to get is 2.687. So I have got the x4 value as 2.6875. Now look at the problem. What they asked is we have to find up to 4 stages. So I have obtained the value of x4. Therefore I can write the required root is x4 is equal to 2.6875, or else no need to write x4, required root is 2.6875. Now I am explaining once again, just listen the concept. Here I have a question. Find the root of the equation x cube minus 4x minus 9 is equal to 0 using bisection method up to 4 stages. First step, choose the given value as f of x. Now start with the minimum value for x. I have chosen x as 0. What I have done is, I have given the value of x as 0. Start with the minimum value. So for the first value, I'll get negative, that is less than 0. Now keep on giving the value of x up to which we are going to get positive value. And stop the step at which you are going to get positive. So since I have given the value of x is equal to 3, for which I have obtained the value positive value. Now look for the previous step for which x value is given. F of x is negative. So f of x is negative when x is equal to 2. So I can write the statement that the root lies between x is equal to 2 and 3. That is what I have written. So take the first value as A and second value as B. and use the bisection formula, we are dividing this interval. That is why half interval method, a plus b by 2. Then you will get the value of xn as 2.5. Take that value as x1. Now put this value in a given function f of x. So wherever x you have, replace it with 2.5. After simplification, you will get one negative value, no matter whether it is positive or negative. Now suppose if you are going to get negative here, look for the previous step where you have positive. Suppose if you are going to get positive value, look for the previous step where you have negative value. Since you have negative here, now I am going to search for the positive value of x. Since f of x is positive here for x is equal to 3 and here f of x1 is negative for x is equal to 2.5. Therefore, the roots lies between 2.5 and 3. Take first value as a and second value as b. Apply the same formula, you will get value of x2. Now we are not interested in x2. Remember, we are not interested in x2. We are interested in f of x2. I have replaced x with x2 value, and after simplification, f of x2 is, I have obtained positive, that is greater than 0. Now since you have positive value, I have to search for negative value of f of x. Negative value is here for x is equal to 2.5 and I have positive value for x is equal to 2.75. So let me take the first value as a and the second value as b. So that is what we have done, and the next step is also the same thing. So see here, I have taken this value as a and the second value as b, and I have applied the same formula and we get x3 as 2.625. After substituting, f of x3 is negative. So we have to search for the positive value. Here positive value is f of x2. See here, next positive value, previous step. So f of x2 is positive, f of x3 is negative. So f of x2 is positive for 2.75. So it is negative for x3 is which value? 2.625. Therefore, the root lies between 2.75 and 2.625. So let me calculate x4 value by taking this as a and this as b. After simplification, I'll get x4 as 2.6875. So since they asked us to find the roots up to 4 stages, so let me stop here itself. Therefore, the required root is 2.6875. Hope it is clear for you. Practice yourself once again, and few more problems based on the same procedure will be continued in the next session. I'll send you the notes for your reference. Thank you. See you in the next session.